Have you ever wanted to save your own seeds from collards or other flowering brassicas? Well, today's video is for you. So let's get outside. Let's go fix up my flowers on my collard greens and let me show you what's going on. This variety of collards is one that seed saving groups have been trying to save because, we don't want to let all of our heirloom seeds be forgotten or lost in the transition of time and growing and other plants that come along. So when I had some planted last February and I dropped a whole packet of seeds, several weeks later I realized I had some plants coming up. So I decided to let them go, and they grew very well all summer in the heat, didn't bolt, did great. And then come fall, they're still perfectly fine. And I thought, you know what, I am going to save these seeds because I knew the history of the seed variety from the website I had ordered them from. So I decided, well, it's important. It's so important to save seeds. I'm going to do that. And I let them overwinter, and they did great. They actually grew. I harvested several times from these 3 plants. And a few weeks ago, I noticed they were starting to bolt, and I kept an eye on them. And once I saw that the flowering process was getting farther along, I decided I needed to come out here and put some of these mesh bags over the flower head so that my seeds are protected and not cross-pollinated, because I do have other flowering brassicas in the garden right now. One cauliflower I let flower and one broccoli. So I wouldn't want the bees to cross-pollinate the pollen between those flowers. So this is why I've got the bags on. Now, according to Seed Savers Exchange, if you've got 800 feet, you don't have to isolate like that. But I don't. I have a small suburban garden. So I have to isolate the flowers, and that's what we're doing. So a couple weeks ago, I put on the yellow bags. Oh, right here I'm just showing you where the deer have been coming and taking big bites out of the leaves. They didn't eat them all the way down, but they did take some big chunks out. Anyway, so put those bags on, and now I'm realizing those bags are not big enough. So I found one giant orange bag, and we're going to go outside in a few minutes, and I am going to put that on the biggest flower that I'm trying to save the seeds from. You can see I'm not covering every single flower. I'm just trying to collect, a decent amount of seeds. And one thing I noticed when I went out today, the shiny blend in this mix of collards has a white, beautiful flower, and then the non-shiny collards in this blend, because it's a mixed blend of different variety leaves in this greasy greens, it has a yellow flower. So I thought, that's so cool. So these are going to open with a beautiful little flower. Then eventually the flower falls off and you've got a pod. And then that pod over time will start to dry out. It will mature the seeds that are inside of the pod. And that is what we're waiting for. And this can take a bit. So I've got to be patient. I was patient all summer, even though these blocked this planter where I had my poblanos growing last summer. I just worked around it, kind of did some acrobats trying to get over there. I'm going to do that until these seeds are ready for harvest. So it might be a bit, but definitely worth the effort. And, even for home gardeners, even if you just have a tiny little space you're growing, it's important to save your seeds. You never know when you're going to need them, or a variety is in danger of becoming obsolete. So if you can and you've got the time to put into it, it doesn't really take that much, honestly. I say do it. It can benefit you and everyone else that you may want to save your seeds with. So I've got this new orange bag, and we're going to go outside. I'm going to take the yellow bag off and let you see how large this flowering area is. All right, we're going to take the yellow off, and then we're going to put on the much larger orange bag. The only thing is it is a little bit more out there, a little bit brighter. All right, so you can see it is huge. This is the very top of the plant, and it wants to just fall and spread. Did not like being in that little bag. I just saw a bee go that way, so we have to hurry. Isn't that beautiful? I love the white flower. So pretty. This bag over here. So we get a few more seeds.
And when I say that, I mean probably like, gosh, hundreds. And yeah, so this is more conspicuous. I'm sure my HOA will not like this, but it's for a very good cause, right? I think the white flower actually looks really pretty with the orange. Alright guys, well that's it for this video. Also, any other flowering brassica like cauliflower, broccoli, same type of thing. Same way to save your seeds. Let me know below in the comments if you like to save your brassica seeds. I'm sure I'll have lots of volunteers from this plant as well.